This is David with Rocket City Solar, and this is a quick video about how I make and crimp heavy-duty battery cables. You want to start with figuring out the right gauge of wire for your batteries, and usually bigger is better, so having more copper will always be a good thing. And DC power wants to run over stranded cable, and this is some 1/0 welding wire, and welding wire has a whole bunch of strands, very small tiny little strands. So I've already cut around this insulation, and I usually just use the cutting blades on a cutter like that just to cut through the insulation. And I cut this back at the right distance to fit up inside of this ring terminal lug right here. And you can see how stranded this wire is. There's just a bunch of tiny little strands, which is better for running high amperage DC power. I use a crimper like this, which is a hydraulic crimper, and it crushes. You put the connector in there and it crushes down on it and smashes the end of the lug to be like that. Takes a little bit of work, but it smashes it down, and once you do that, it is on there forever. So I'm going to pause this video and get this wire up in there, and then I'm going to crimp it. Alright, I've got the lug in there. On this crimper, this wheel here allows you to release the hydraulic pressure, which allows the ram back there to move back. And after you do that, you close this so that the hydraulic pressure will build up. So I've got this closed, and I'm going to work this handle up and down, and those jaws are going to crush down tighter and tighter on this connector. Alright, you can see the jaws are all the way together. So you release this valve, and that ram pulls back and allows you to take the connector out, and it has been crimped. Next, you would want to cover this with either heat shrink or electrical tape. Electrical tape does not last very long, so heat shrink is always the best option for you to protect this end of this connector. You want to cover as much of the copper as you can all the way down to where you're going to put a bolt through there. And if you protect this, that gives you less chance of something being able to touch this area and short. So I've made this cable. It's about 1.5 feet long, and I'm going to connect that to my batteries. Again, this has been David with Rocket City Solar. I hope this has been useful. I post instructional videos for a lot of different solar related topics. You can find me online. Alright, thanks so much.